Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for March 29th, 2026. We've got campaign features as it is Sunday. Each player starts with 2 taskmasters in place of estates. And wow. That's terrible. So what you would want here is to start with at least one of your taskmasters in hand with no estates. Well, no estates, so you've only got one estate, and then you at least would have the option to buy a 5 and keep the taskmasters in play for the next turn. And then if you buy another 5, like, you don't have to shuffle them in or whatever. But I draw both of the taskmasters with an estate, so that's pretty terrible. Okay, anyway, so what do we have actually on the board? We've got trashing from mint and expand. We've got draw from Curse Village, Watchtower, Magnate. Ugh, that's awkward. Plus actions from Royal Carriage, King's Court, Cursed Village, and plus buy and gains. So there's loot from Cursed Taskmaster, there's loot from Foray, there's loot from Cutthroat, loot from Search. Plenty of loot. And then, yeah, I mean, in terms of actual gains, I guess Mint. Okay, Mint can gain stuff, although, and it is a colony board. That might make the Mint gaining a bit more relevant, because even though loot gets you the plus buy, you can't expand it into colony, but if you can get a platinum and Mint platinum, you can expand platinum into colony. Okay. So one thing we can do is open with a mint. But the problem is we won't get to keep either of the taskmasters in play again. Like, if we, I mean, I guess there's no, like, 5 copper mint open wouldn't really be possible anyway. Unfortunately, we also can't foray. We could go search mint. And then, I mean, I guess we could also get another taskmaster. That would come with a loot. I'm just thinking, like, we're going to need, to put something into the deck to make up for not having any copper if we're going to open with the mint. And if we were to open search mint, we'd have a 7-card deck. At the very least, it would be easier to get foray at that point. Like, so long as we saw the search, I think we'd basically be guaranteed to be able to foray. And then once we forayed, we'd in theory be able to hit 7 for an expand. None of this would be getting the taskmasters into play, unfortunately. But once we had the expand, that turn we could at least expand a state into a 5, and that would keep the taskmasters in play. don't know what 5 would necessarily take at that point. All right, what is the alternative to all of that? I don't know. I mean, in general, I definitely think we want to mint coppers here. So it's just a question of whether the turn 2 mint is going to be too slow. I guess what's the worst case scenario with search? We draw search, estate, mint, copper, copper. That's still enough for foray because we can play search copper and foray with copper, estate, mint. So should be fine. I mean, obviously we could fail to see the search, but that's going to be true of anything we take. So I think search mint is the play. Okay. So I guess it doesn't really matter whether we do the taskmaster or the copper. Did we get a staff? That's good. That also is a good argument for getting a watchtower. I think I'll do that. Because now the staff can play the watchtower. Also, the watchtower could trash curses that we gain from Taskmaster if we want to do that. Alright, we can get a 5 here. Keep the Taskmaster in play. What 5 do we want? Probably Cursed Village. If we can keep the Taskmaster permanently in play, then like I guess like some point Magnate could be reasonable, but I mean, I guess with the Taskmaster in play, we can like play the other Taskmaster, and then we play Watchtower, and we draw basically everything. So at that point, let's see, we really want to get to an expand. Admittedly, that won't help keep the Taskmasters in play, but still, another Taskmaster, Copper down there, and the Watchtower. Let's play the other Taskmaster, and then we have, what do we have to draw? Copper. Well, we have the Copper in hand. We'd have to have Copper Staff, Mint, Estate, which is 4 cards. Of which we'll either draw 2 of them or we will have discarded 2 of them. Yeah, we should see everything if we don't buy anything, but anything we buy means that there's going to be some card that we don't see. So that's another argument for Cursed Village, because it's there, we don't risk failing to see the staff. we are going to want one anyway. So, yeah, sure. Miserable. Nah, it's not great. Okay, well, we definitely don't need these. Hammer. Okay. First village doesn't really do anything. Expand. Okay, we can finally trash this friggin' estate. Probably... Do we want to cut through it now? We can get 2 5s. We've got a couple draw cards already. Thinking maybe Royal Carriage Cutthroat. Oh my god. The bot is doing way too many things. It's distressing. Oh, we really need to see that staff. Hmm. So we could expand Copper to Taskmaster. I would have liked to expand both of the Coppers, but we can expand Copper to Taskmaster and then trash the Curse. Let's see. We go down to 3 cards, 2 cards, then we draw 4 cards, which means we draw the Taskmaster and the Loot. Staff can't play both the Taskmaster and the Cutthroat, though. Hmm. Oh well, I guess. Hmm. I don't think top decking here does anything. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what the Royal Carriage is going to be able to do either. I mean, we could trash the Mint. we're not planning to get platinum, then we should trash it. At some point, probably would make sense to get platinum. Okay. Endless Chalice might not be a bad card to turn into a platinum next turn, actually. Must have the Cutthroat of the Taskmaster. The bot does not have, like, the bot has a Watchtower, but otherwise is trying to draw with Magnate, which is a pretty good reason to want a hand size attack. I think I'm going to play the Cutthroat. And I do kind of want to expand this Chalice. Probably need to buy a 5. It might be good to have one more Cursed Village. Yeah, I think so. Okay, that doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. I would really like to be able, I guess we're pretty likely to be able to expand both of our desirable targets here. Okay, yeah. So expand Copper to Taskmaster. I'm gonna top deck the Spell Scroll. I think the Spell Scroll is turning into another Cutthroat so that we can attack again this turn. Oh, doubloons. Huh. Well, we've happily expanded that into platinum. Maybe I should get another expand. We should top deck the Taskmaster because we're going to have a Royal Carriage. I mean, a Curse Village to play after that. And then yeah, let's do Chalice to expand. We want to top deck that as well. I guess so. We could just play the mint so that we can draw an extra card if we don't want to try to mint gold. Draw 4 cards, and then we're going to play a Taskmaster. Yeah, I mean, if we don't want to expand the mint, I think I would like to try to keep it to mint platinum, then I think just play it now. And we could, so that's the doubloons. Expand the gold into a platinum, staff to play the cursed village to draw it. What does that accomplish? Versus just drawing now. Probably doesn't matter too much, but it's got to be better, right? Okay. And then this will suffice to keep our taskmasters in play. And now what? I mean, we probably could use a magnate at this point. We could also use another draw to X card. We could use more buys too. I'm actually struggling to see where King's Court fits into all of this. It's just like, you know, King's Courting like a Cursed Village isn't useful. King's Courting a Magnate could be useful, potentially. King's Courting Expand could be useful, but... King's Courting the Mint? Maybe we go Cursed Village King's Court? There's an argument that we don't need another Cursed Village, that we could just take Watchtower. I mean, we have been somewhat action limited. Yeah, I think I'll take one more Cursed Village. Okay. So the bot once again just got a Magnate. Okay. Doubloons into another Platinum seems like a fine thing to start with. We also get our Cutthroat back for next turn, and we get a loot out of that and whatnot. Another Chalice. Maybe we'll play this one. On the mat. Okay, so we could... See, I don't know what we're going to King's Court now. We could carriage minting the platinum, get 2 platinums. I guess we could plan to King's Court the expand after we draw the platinums. We need to keep at least 1 platinum in the deck. I guess we have another platinum in our discard, so we'd have 3 platinums. So King's Court the expand, and we just only trash 2 of them. Yeah, that's reasonable, I guess. You can also just King's Court the Cutthroat, I suppose. I don't think I actually want to do that, though. No, this is actually kind of awkward. We really do probably need a Magnate. Bottom deck the Watchtower. Well, we can play this. No, we're going to do that. We trigger the shuffle here. We would potentially staff the Watchtower. I don't know. Maybe we just don't King's Court the expand. I don't want to trash the staff. We do Platinum to Colony. And then the Watchtower draws 3 cards. So we do clean the shuffle off at least. And maybe we just play the Chalice. Yeah, this is... It's just a little awkward. Alright, yeah, I think I'm just gonna... do that and that. And yeah, I think we'll just play the Chalice. I mean, we've certainly got... We can certainly use the buy. Alright. We have not gained a 5 this turn. I was talking about getting a Magnate anyway, so let's do that. And then... maybe 2 of them and a Colony. Sure, why not? Wow, 1 card, 2 card. Oh, only 2 cards in that one. Okay, yeah, they still didn't actually draw that much. Okay. Right. Okay, so I think we start with expand Colony to Colony. I want to keep the other expand. Unfortunately, we didn't draw the... Oh, we have another Magnate, though. Okay, well then let's just play this one. No, didn't draw the King's Court or the other Magnate. Okay, well, I'll play that. And and that. Wait, I get 2 loots? Oh, right, because I played this cutthroat first. Maybe I shouldn't have actually done that. I don't know. So we only draw 1 card if we don't play this expand first. Probably better to just play it. Like, we can get a good number of colonies by actually buying them. So yeah, I think I'm just, even though it would be nice to have the option to King's Court the expand, but the odds are that we won't get to do that anyway if we just draw 1 card, so we'll do that. Okay, really want to see that magnate. I'm wondering if it makes sense to just get the King's Court out of hand. Like, the magnate, we double our chances to find it. We got the Royal Carriage down there too. Yeah. King's Court in the Watchtower. Oh, Cursed Village. All right. Okay, that last card is... Is it another colony? I mean, I have... No, it's not. Is it the other... We gained the sword and the amphora this turn. The staff. How many platinums do we have? Last turn we played 3 platinums. We minted a platinum, so it should be another platinum. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 34. I think we want to replay this just to get... We're not going to win the game this turn, but... Also, if we buy Purple Colony, we're not going to keep our Taskmasters in play, but it's also going to be extremely difficult for the bot to come back. I mean, we could probably also... get like... Magnate Expand or something. Like, the bot gets 2 colonies, it's still well behind. I don't know how it would do. Like, how it could possibly come back on provinces within a single turn anyway. That probably makes more sense to do that. We might be doing the same thing the bot just did. The King's Court Magnate. Well, I say might. We definitely are. Hoping to draw more treasures. Where's all your money, bot? Okay, good enough, I guess. Yeah, that will do it. We might as well do platinum to colony. Curse Village. I guess the Magnate. Mint another platinum, sure, why not? I don't know if I want to top deck those things. I mean, it obviously doesn't really matter. Okay, fine, whatever. Oh, search. I was like, what was that? Yeah, so it was a bit sloppy of a deck to play, but I thought I was really behind in the early going, but the Cutthroat just completely shut the bot down. And it didn't invest in the draw to X. It did add some more watchtowers near the end, but just trying to draw with Magnate here. If it wasn't for Cutthroat, that might work. But like the absolute best you can do with in the face of the Cutthroat attack is you have a Magnate and 2 treasures, and then you draw 2 cards, which, like, if you have enough Magnates and enough treasures and enough actions, like, can, you know, go off, but it's not especially likely to. Especially because Magnate is dependent on the treasures. You know, it's like you might draw 2 more treasures, and it's like, oh great, I have more treasures for my Magnate, except that now I don't have another Magnate. So it's really hard for Magnate to work from a hand size of 3. Really hard. The bot also never got expand. So in addition to having 2 curses, an estate, and a copper untrashed, it just wasn't like set up to do as much like mid-turn gaining stuff, or like, you know, getting to colony without just buying it or whatever. Why did it have 2 mints? Why did the bot gain a second mint? It tried to mint its hammer. I guess I had the option to try to mint my staff or something at some point. When the heck did the bot get this second mint? Turn 4. Oh wow. Okay. Because it got a mint turn 1. Okay. Yeah. I mean, especially if you're going to have 2 mints in your deck anyway, you really want an expand so you can trash at least one of those. Like, yeah, the bot had, without even getting into like, you know, loot into platinum into colony and all that stuff, the bot had a minimum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that would have been good to expand, even assuming it wanted to keep one of the mints. Like, it just yeah, crazy not to play with expand there. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.